Today we're joined by Ms. Laronda Davis from UAPB, and she'll explain both ways UAPB is used. Very catchy. And so please give her a 1 million cups welcome this morning. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Laronda Davis. I reign from the great city of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and I am here to present Uniquely Adapting People Through Business on the behalf of the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff. And I want to start off by giving honor and glory to God and my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So, UAPB is technically a historically black college. The name of it is the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff. I have created a way to cross-market the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff with uniquely adapting people through business. I will start off by explaining the way I broke it down. Snowflakes are all unique. Not one snowflake is the same. So snowflake is the first part of our incubation process, which is the coaching and mentoring. Chameleons are all adaptable people. I mean, not people, sorry. Adaptable animals, sorry. So I chose chameleons to be the representation of the pre-incubation program. I chose a network of business people. It explains itself. It's our resource network, and the briefcase basically means you're graduating into the community. Uniquely Adapting People Through Business is an entrepreneurship hub that contributes to job creation and reinforcing the economic health to our region, offering mentoring, flexible workspace, internships, extracurricular activities, enhanced learning opportunities, certifications, scholarships, and access to a network of resources. Our mission is intensifying our passions by turning our visions into actions. And this is just a new logo of the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff. Our school has 2014, our university, we changed chancellors, and since we've changed chancellors, we've changed our logo and the complete mission and platform of the school, which gave me the idea to create this incubation program. So currently, this is what our incubator looks like. It's located downtown Pine Bluff. It's approximately 1,500 square feet. It's 2 stories. It has a kitchen, which could be used as a restaurant or whichever way the program wants to use it. But our university is leading the effort to create a business incubator that meets the needs of our community and the campus. The ERDC, which is the Economic Research Development Center, when they opened, they did not reach out to the campus. They reached out to the community. I'm a graduate from the university. I majored in business management, so I was wondering, how do we have this business building downtown and I've never been inside of it? And I graduated from the School of Business. So that was a question that I always just wondered. The Economic Development Research Center, that was established by the university as a full-service business and community economic development outreach program for UAPB. It focuses on small business development, community development, job creation, and economic development. This is just Uniquely Adapting People Through Business. There's 2 different structures I wanted to use for it. First is the 501c3, which is the nonprofit structure. And then there's also the structure as making it a department at the university. Basically, students can come in and enroll at the university and major in entrepreneurship and immediately jump into the program instead of just having to come into the incubator and slow to get into it. They can basically learn these tools in class and then come into the incubator. I'm sorry, I'm getting so nervous. They can come into the school and major in entrepreneurship, or they can just branch off into the community and just come inside the incubator and slowly become a part of the process. The goals and objectives that we have is to cultivate entrepreneurship on the campus of UAPB in the community, create higher wage jobs, improve the public view of UAPB, create brand awareness and exclusiveness, make an overwhelming impact on the fashion, music, and creative arts industry, contribute to the growth and success of emerging startup businesses, generate new tax revenues for Jefferson County, position the university and the community to take advantage of the new business opportunities that will be generated by the STEM Academy. And the STEM Academy is basically science, technology, engineering, and mathematics that we have at our school. So if we could combine the STEM with uniquely adapting people through business, maybe we could create healthcare businesses or open up anything dealing with science, technology, engineering, or mathematics. Create a large customer demand for our products. And here are a couple of risks that I'm dealing with right now. The university's inability to engage in future innovations for its already existing business incubator, which is the ERDC. Permission to cross-market UAPB's acronym and access to the students, alumni, and the faculty. The lack of entrepreneurs willing to take the risk of starting up a business. Sufficient funding and faculty engagement must be a priority. A competitive advantage that I have right now is the company's name. Uniquely adapting people through business is a competitive advantage within itself. It has a strategic alliance with the university by cross-marketing its acronyms, UAPB. What is a brand name? A brand name is a powerful weapon. Uniquely adapting people through business. Thank you. Any questions?
So we always start off asking the first question,
Okay.
which is, what are you hoping to get out of this session today with Kwame and Cups?
I'm hoping to get information onto how do I move forward from presenting this to you till presenting to my hometown. What steps do I need to take? Who do I need to talk to? What do I need to learn? Whatever I have to do, I'm willing to do it. I've been working on this since 2013. It's 2016. So whatever steps I need to take, whatever information I need, I'm willing to do it. So.
All right. First questions?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you go down this path in the first place?
Because when it's very deep for me. My hometown, everyone loves their hometown, right? Maybe. Well, I love mine, and so I chose to stay. I could have went to a different school. I could have went out of state, but I chose to stay into my hometown. And over the years, I started to see the economy drop. Like it's very bad. It's basically like a smaller Detroit, where it's like nothing, poverty. And so I got into this because I wanted to figure out a way, how could we change this? I see no one is going to franchise their businesses into a city that's not trying to help itself. So if the community doesn't come together and figure out a way to fix our economy, no one is going to bring anything into our city. And so that's why I'm going down this path. Yes, please.
Start with that next time.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Could you go back to the goals slide?
Which one?
The goals? Goals, okay. So there was something on there. Well, first of all, I wasn't sure exactly what you were when you started talking. You didn't say that you were an incubator. Right?
Okay.
The question I had was, you say that you need to make a partnership with the university. Have you? Is it okay with them that you use their acronym?
I have not. Well, I began this process with the director of the incubator. Some kind of way he was fired. And when I reached out to him, he was like, well, I have to step back. I can't help you anymore. And we were in the process of cross-marketing, trying to figure out how much does it cost for me to cross-market the acronym. But he got fired, so I had to kind of step back on that one. Go ahead.
And that's, so do you have so I'm a trademark lawyer, so that's the first thing I'm thinking of, like, that name looks familiar. Do you have any official relationship now with the university?
Besides being a graduate of them, no.
Okay, and so you you are right to be concerned about what you're calling the licensing. I mean, effectively, you are using the standard abbreviation and brand for the university for something that is well within the purview of the university to do itself, and that it may in fact already be doing, which is sort of startup, incubator, stuff like all the sorts of stuff that you. So that's something. I know you like the name and you like the acronym, but that's something that could really come back to bite you. So that's something.
Okay.
And I know you're aware of that, but that just to enforce that.
Right.
Do you have anybody, Alon, that's a great point. Do you have anybody at the university who's like the next person that you need to go talk to that is friendly to your cause, that might be able to start down that path so that they give you license to use UAPB, maybe not their logo and whatever, but just the UAPB
Right.
part, so that it plays on words, but you're working together toward the common goal? Do you have somebody that's next step?
To be honest, I have been, since 2013, I've been reaching out, especially since the director was fired. I reached out to the chancellor, I reached out to the vice chancellor, I reached out to the Department of Administrations, I reached out to the business department. I've actually reached out to the ERDC, which is the incubator building. Everyone is giving me the runaround. And I'm not sure if it's because they are not trying to do anything with the incubator building right now, or if they are if they're not just mentally ready to accept something new. I don't know who was first. Go ahead.
So can you, I guess, walk me through the process? So let's say I'm in Pine Bluff and I've got an idea for a business. What happens?
What happens? You come inside of the incubator. You talk to the director, which I don't know who the director is, maybe me.
Okay.
Talk to me, possibly. We sit down, we figure out what are you trying to do, first of all. We figure out your idea concept. We begin to coach you, basically help you begin writing a business plan, going over that business plan, and then from there, we would, to be honest with you, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not, to be honest with you.
So I think this kind of leads into why you might be having a little trouble getting traction with the university. And what I mean by that is, whenever you reach out to somebody, you have a great mission. Like, hey, I want to help this town. I want to help people. Everything gets improved when the economy grows.
Right.
But the person that you're talking to, everyone you talk to is going to do the what's in it for me side. And so if you have before and after stories, if you have this is what I'm going to take off your plate, and this is all I need from you, but this is what I'm going to give you for it. So for example, if you had, pick a business, Joe's Donuts. Joe didn't know what he was doing beforehand, but he had a great recipe for it. And once he came to me, this is what I did for him, and here's the end result. And it can be family, friends, whoever it is. But there's something there. So you have, this is the process, and it's repeatable. Now what I need from you, university, is I need your marketing system, because you got a whole bunch of students that are about to graduate that don't know what they want to do.
Right.
And one of the things you can tell a university is, the big stat for universities is, what's your job placement when you get out? What if I can help some of your students
Create
start
jobs.
their jobs
Right.
here, and then they're going to hire other
Students,
graduates.
and right.
Yeah, so it ties into that program, and so then you're like, oh, that'd be great. Here's the organizations on campus for those kind of people, or whoever. They'll help you make those connections, but they have to see this is what you do, and then a light bulb will go off. That does what for me, and who do I need to introduce you to?
Okay.
So that's those kind of spouting words, but does that kind of make sense?
Yes,
of
it
what the
does. It
process
does. It
is?
does. I think she had her hand up first. I'm sorry.
I was going to make a comment. So, a question first. What is the status of the incubator building itself?
They're leasing out space, office space right now. That's it.
Okay. Because I was going to say, from what it sounds like, you're probably going to end up taking more of a director role with this project. And there is an organization, it's INBIA, And what it does is it trains you and it
Okay.
connects you on how to actually launch a business incubator.
Okay.
You become a member of that.
Okay.
So they've got business incubator managers, directors. They will actually show you the nuts and bolts of how to do that. And I think it would behoove you to
Right.
become a member and then actually tap into these resources and this education so you know how to structure it, because I think waiting on someone else to assist you,
Right. It's just
you're
time
gonna-
consuming.
you'll be like 52. So just go ahead and start that initiative yourself, because you know what you're trying to do is very, very valuable.
Okay.
What industries exist in the area today? What's driving any sort of economic? I know you said it's slow.
We have
What's driving any
we have
economic
Tyson's
activity?
Foods. We have I believe it's the paper mill.
Yeah, of course.
We have the paper mill. We have Budweiser. We have, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we have Stant and Lennox. That's just about it as far as major companies and yeah,
Have you
that's
tried
it.
to partner with anyone in industry that might be interested in an incubator? Many companies struggle with innovation within their own businesses, and are sometimes interested in partnering with outside people with a fresh set of eyes that might have new ideas. So maybe if you're able to align with the industries that are already in your backyard,
Right.
that might be a more efficient way to get up and going, rather than relying on a university that's going to rely more on donor and tax base.
Right.
There's an ROI to that company if this incubator can produce something innovative.
Okay.
Most incubators, even here at IdeaWorks, in the corner office here is the entrepreneur in residence. I'm the entrepreneur in residence at Penn Station in Arlington. There are a lot of people who are in business for themselves or at other companies, or looking for a space for themselves, as well as an opportunity for them to grow in what they're doing. So partnering with somebody like that, that may have a very nice in route, whether it's with the city, with the university, maybe they're an alum that's been an alum for a long time.
Right.
They can walk you in, will probably help you a lot. So I'd grab somebody from one of those big companies who can be your friend and champion, and go that route, and then together tackle this, because it sounds like you've got a few hurdles to overcome
Right.
with people who don't know what they're doing right now.
Exactly. Okay. Go ahead.
And I would humbly suggest you just drop the acronym name to the college altogether. It's too confusing to somebody who's trying to look at you for advice and anything else. They think you're the university. It doesn't immediately come out and say, hey, we're a business incubator, we're an entrepreneur startup, anything like that. Go rebrand that into something that tells that story for you, like the building here is IdeaWorks. Doesn't immediately tell you what it is, but at least tells you that there's something going on that you want to ask more questions. When you throw out the acronym, the UAPB, all you can think of is the university itself, and I've never even heard of that university, but, you know, along those lines. The second thing is, what's your end game? What's the finale? What's the walk-away plan? Where are you trying to get to? Answer that, and all that. That's my follow-up question.
Where am I trying to get to with the incubator or in life?
Yes.
With the incubator?
Didn't say this would be easy.
Right.
But you're doing great.
The end for me is to be able to see a flourishing city. I don't care how long it has to take. I want to be able to go home and take my children to my hometown and actually take them to a movie theater, take them to a park, and not fear that they're going to get shot or ran over by a car. I want to be able to take them to an ice cream parlor and get ice cream downtown, just like most cities in America. And we can't do that. Actually, our downtown is blocked off. You can't even walk downtown. The buildings are collapsing. It's really bad. So that's my end goal, to go home and see a flourishing city.
Okay. What industries are needed that you can start with to build an incubator program to establish those industries that are missing in your area?
What
What's
industry?
going to bring back the economy? What's going to bring back the people? What's going to help bring back the structure Start there to empower the people to help you bring that commerce to the town. Develop your brand, your mission, your everything to that regard of this is why we're doing it, this is why we're creating it. This is the end goal, is to bring back our area. Let's protect our family, kids, the whole 9 yards. Build everything about that mission, because that passion that you have behind it is a lot better and easier sell than trying to partner with just the university itself.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Two questions. One is, who are you connected, or what kind of organizations? I don't know if y'all have, like just little organizations within the college that you graduated from. Are you plugged into any organization within the college itself? And
We don't have any.
Okay. And also, what about anything in the city? Are you plugged into any county?
No, when I moved in 2013, and so that's when I came up with this concept. But I moved, so in the process of me being here, I've been searching for things to join. But it's hard to be members of something there when I'm here. So that's why I haven't joined anything.
A comment on, usually a college is more interested in getting more students.
Right.
So if you're going to align with the college and try to sell them on you doing something with your building, they want to know how you can bring in more students. If you're more interested in economic development, you probably might want to try the city. The city might have a building that's sitting there vacant and would let you rent it for $10 a year if it'll show activity.
Right.
The other thing is you've got music, arts, fashion, and then you've got STEM. And I think they're two very different focuses.
But those were for basically, when we started off, I don't mean to cut you off. When the ERDC started, they didn't focus on the students at all. Their focus was the community. And look at it now. It's nothing. And so I chose to start with the students first. Take the students, mold us first, because I feel like we're not the problem, we're the solution in the situation.
I would consider rethinking that, because the city is probably able to get economic development grants. They're able to go to foundations and get money to redo a building, whereas the school is going to have a harder time. You also might be a hub zone in Pine Bluff where there's a lot of money available for that kind of activity.
For instance, this building here is a government building.
Right.
I think you might want to try to get a meeting with the Economic Development Department of the City of Pine Bluff and tell them that, this is your interest and that how can they help you. The other thing that might help you, if you're going to be the director, I would start putting together a team of mentors, especially people that might be known in Pine Bluff, and say they're part of my team.
Right.
And it's going to help you negotiate deals.
Right.
Mentor/board.
So what's your kind of secret sauce? And what I mean by that is every business when they start out, they have, and this is what makes me uniquely me, and this is why everybody needs me. What is that for you?
Well, I thought my secret sauce was the acronym.
Sorry.
So I have to make a new sauce.
Yeah. So on that, I think, and this kind of goes on to your point. If they're going to come see you, you got to have to answer that question of why me and what do I do? And if you're talking about finding mentors, one of the great ways to do it, if you're looking at, we want to build businesses, go find people to build businesses. And what I mean by that is, are you familiar with the website Biz Buy Sell?
No.
Okay. So what that's for is for people who want to buy businesses or buy franchises, someone who starts one and wants to sell it off. You can start finding different franchises or other successful people who have built businesses. You go find the owners of those franchises, because most of them are, like everyone in this room, they're serial entrepreneurs, want to start more. Say, hey, I'd like to partner with you, where you help, like basically you be my mentor. I'm going to bring people to you that want to start businesses, that you can partner with. And so then you have this educational base, this,
Right.
like now your secret sauce is, I connect people to people who have done this before,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna bring them into this town. Because the thing with towns that are economically struggling is there is opportunity there.
Right.
Especially for like just starting out, someone taking a shot,
Mhm.
it's gonna be relatively cheap to do it. You try and do it in downtown Dallas, downtown Fort Worth, it's gonna be harder. So connect those people together, and you can leverage their educational, like, what they've gained from starting it with people who are trying to start businesses.
Okay. Did you still want to ask a question?
Well, I did one, if you're talking, and this will be a little different from what he was talking about. If you're talking about people, small business entrepreneurs who are looking at, you're talking about fashion, music, creative arts, or STEM or something, think about, and this isn't with the university, but it's in relation to the university, what is the competitive advantage in Pine Bluff? If you are going to start a new business there,
Mhm.
and not like just say a franchise of McDonald's,
A new business, right.
a Cleaners or something, what's the competitive advantage of being in Pine Bluff? Is it proximity to forestry services and products and things like that? Is it? I mean, it's or is it the advantage of someone could figure out, well, there's all this chicken waste, and you know what? That's actually a good product that you can use for something. I mean, I don't know what it is,
Mhm.
but for instance, like I don't know if anybody knows about Starkville, Mississippi, out in the middle of the woods someplace. Mississippi State is there, and they've got a big forestry department, and they've got all these forestry science people, and so they're, that's the kind of place, if you're doing that kind of work, that's a big advantage for that. And I don't know what Pine Bluffs is.
With the incubator, I wanted to start fresh. I wanted to create something, I don't even know what that something is. I wanted to create a niche for our school, create something that makes, like he said, the university wants to have more students. Right now we're at 3,500 student population right now. So I figured if I offered this program and I made it for academically advanced students, basically you can join this program, but you have to be advanced. You have to have a certain GPA. So if I was someone just looking for colleges and I'm just searching, and I know that I'm an entrepreneur and I just searched entrepreneurship programs and UAPB popped up, I would think, well, okay, well, if I go to this school, if I become a junior, I can join this program, and then 2 years later I can graduate and I can have my own business in this city. I mean, I might want to do something like that. So that was my thing. Yeah.
Have you gauged the interest community, and have you seen if an incubator can, if the city can support an incubation?
Well, the city has supported the incubator already. The incubator has been running since 2010.
So they have clients?
Yeah, they have clients, they have tenants, they created a charter school. They've done businesses, but they're not anything that's catching the attention of the youth. It's basically, the incubator was attracting, I would say, people 30 and over. Anybody 30 and under didn't even know what that building was. Back home, I'm telling people, I'm trying to get in that incubator. Where is that building? What is in that building? And I figure we're the future. So if we don't know what this is, then something is wrong. Because this is supposed to be where you go for free advice, coaching, mentoring. If you have an idea, you're supposed to go in here, but we don't even know what it is. How come we don't know that this is a business incubator building located downtown Pine Bluff? How come the citizens doesn't know what this is used for? Only people that know what this is used for is people who are already established within themselves and within their businesses. They know that this is a business incubator, but John walking down the street, he don't know what it is. Okay.
All right, so if your mission then is to get the awareness of building up the part of it,
Mhm.
it sounds like you have a lot of missions, but they're all pertaining around growing the town, right? If your part of that goal is to get the people aware of it,
Mhm.
then get out of the university, get out of the businesses, go hit the elementaries,
Mhm.
go hit the youth, go hit the people that are in their teenage, the high schools, everything else, and start telling the story of what this program is trying to do. and start raising awareness for it.
Right.
Right? It's going to be a lot more monumental task because I'm assuming it's not a very entrepreneurial type community, right? But you're going to have to go be the messenger for that whole organization,
Right.
to be able to have something tangible that's going to create what you're trying to create.
What Donnie was saying is perfect because the university, you're addressing their weakness. Their weakness is that they're not seeing the youth under 30, like you said.
Right.
If you address that weakness in your own brand, then that's another competitive edge you have. You are focused on this, they are focused on that.
Right.
So you can, draw these people to your company because of the fact that that's who your target audience is.
Right.
So,
Maybe to use the Tyson analogy, maybe the chicken before the egg. Instead of reaching out to the university, having things, creating business, encouraging businesses that reach out to the students, essentially to make Pine Bluff a better place to go to school, a more fun place.
Right.
All of a sudden, you become much more valuable to the university people because you have done stuff that helps them sell their school.
Right.
And those businesses tend to be younger oriented and not necessarily big capital hogs. You can probably get them started pretty soon, but that might be an angle to look at where you back into the university relationship.
That was my goal.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback off that real quick. You don't have anything tangible right now.
I don't.
Your special sauce is you.
Okay.
You are infectious. You keep that attitude up and keep going and talking to the people and creating your brand. You're going to attract people to what you're doing, no matter what that is. You'll find people, you'll find a space, whether it's in that incubator or not, and you'll find a space. Go out and look around town or go talk to the city and find people who have space that they want to give up, whether it's $10 a month or whatever it is. You can cut a deal because there are a lot of people also in business that have real estate that they just want to fill it up. And if you're going to, go down the road of being a 501c3, I don't know, are you a 501c3 already? You already filed and everything?
No. I'm not anything. I'm just an idea right now.
Yeah. Work on that as well.
Okay.
On the mentoring track, find someone who's a nonprofit person, get that 501c3 started so that you have something tangible that your organization can run off of. It's how you can cover expenses, help you with taxes, the whole 9 yards. But you're your brand. And the UAPB thing, uniquely adapting, don't chuck that in the trash can. It's just that you're not UAPB, the school. You could be some other name. I mean, Pinecone, and then that's your motto of your company would be the
uniquely adapted. Okay.
So don't feel like that's a waste of your time that you've done. You just can't confuse yourself with the university.
Right.
I was going to comment about the big picture to improve the town. You need to encourage people to have business opportunities that bring outside dollars in.
Right.
So right now, if you're just trading dollars between current citizens, you're never going to improve the city. So you need businesses, and maybe this is an angle for your incubator, is what businesses would have products or services that get sold to other cities, other states, internationally. Because if you're going to take any step forward in economic development, you've got to have outside dollars coming in that then trickle down through the employees, and now you can support other types of businesses in the city and raise the level of income across the board. So for example, on average, every manufacturing job that's created produces 4 spin-off jobs in service industries and support industries. And so if you can help these entrepreneurial people build businesses that bring outside dollars in, then you can begin to raise the poverty level of the city.
Right.
Do they have a small business administration there in your community?
Yes.
So those are outlets I would suggest tapping into.
Okay.
And also, as far as mentors and people like that, there's Hayden downstairs who had started this incubator, I think from his own, and built it and developed. So people like those are good people to connect to on how do I do this? How do I go about it? How do I convince people or of this being a good thing for my community and all that? And they've gone connecting with people that have actually gone through it will help you out a lot.
Right.
So just reaching out to those type of people.
Did you say you live here?
Yes, I live in Fort Worth.
And are you moving back there? Or?
Yeah, whenever this becomes tangible.
It's very hard. It's very hard to do something in Pine Bluff when you're here.
Exactly.
If you're really, really, really committed to Pine Bluff, that you probably need to think about moving back. Before you do, there's a guy in town named Jack Thompson.
Okay.
Jack Thompson is a freelance economic development director. And what he does is he works with small towns that don't really have a big economic development department, and he goes in there and he either mentors them or he doesn't. You might want to hook up with him and say,
Jack Thomas?
Jack
Thompson, okay.
I can give you his contact information.
Okay.
Jack Thompson, and you might want to ask him if he'll meet with you and teach you the best way to approach this. He may say, hey, I want to go with you because if they don't have an economic development department, it might be an opportunity for me
Right.
to go and do that. But he does small cities around Dallas, Fort Worth that don't have their own department.
Okay.
How are you, Laronda?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm having a hard time figuring out who your customer is.
Okay.
Is your customer the city, the university, or the businesses at Pine Bluff? And that's a rhetorical question, and I think it would direct some of your focus a little bit if you thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your customer, and what is the problem that you're trying to solve for that customer?
I honestly feel like all three were my customers. Do I need just one?
Well, I think they all
Main
have
focus?
They have
Okay.
different purposes and needs.
Okay.
And it may dilute your energy. And
Right.
You gotta
Right.
start with getting like,
One focus.
Start branching out to different,
So starting out with the university wouldn't be a good start out focus. I should switch it.
Well, since you've already insulted
Okay.
them, I think maybe that's not the place to start.
I think you start with
Okay.
the city. The city usually goes to a university and says, we need this kind of workforce development. We need these kind of students doing these kind of jobs because, so I would start with the city. The city also can get federal funds. And if it doesn't have a big economic development department, it would be looking for that kind of help.
Did you want to feedback?
Yes, I did want to speak to that.
Okay.
What they're saying is brilliant because when you started your presentation, it felt really scattered, like there wasn't a real focus.
Okay.
But when you started talking about the city and when you started talking about the young people, I mean, I know those were at two different times, you shine.
Right.
Right? When you're talking about those other things, you're kind of like, So, yeah, focus your energy because he said your special sauce is you.
Right.
And that's obviously what your passion is. So focus there.
Okay.
And then the other thing that I wanted to say is that don't feel like you're starting over, like he said, because all the groundwork you've done can be used. You might have to weed some of it out, but you're on to something. Just
Focus. Yeah. Okay.
I
don't know who's first.
Quickly, I think to clarify your point when you're asking who's your customer, who's signing the check? Because who you serve might not be who's signing the check. For
Okay.
example, in this instance, you're serving people who are going to start businesses. But the city might sign the check for you to do that.
Right.
Or maybe the university would sign a check. But that's one thing that's going to help you focus is who's signing my check, and then what do I got to do to get them to do that.
Okay.
So if I were in your shoes, I'd build it here,
Okay.
figure it out, create the concept, and then take that entire concept to Pine Bluff,
Okay.
right? Learn all your things here in a more safer, more comfortable, more real environment, so you can screw up a lot. It's not so much big of a fall,
Right.
right? And you can learn all the processes, everything else, get through all the headache, red tape. So when you're ready to take it to Pine Bluff, you can walk in and say, here's what I'm doing, this is what I need from you, here's what I need from here, this is the next step, and it's already built for you,
Mhm.
why you leave an entity intact here?
Right.
Well, that's good advice. The one thing you have to do first, though, is you have to go back to Pine Bluff and ask them, what do you need?
Right.
What is your pain that I can help? I have the passion and the energy and some ideas. What is your pain? And then you can come back here and set up those processes. The other thing is you might want to look to see if there's a foundation in Pine Bluff. Like here we have the Carter Foundation. I mean, there's a lot of big foundations. They may, the Kauffman Foundation in Kansas City is all about education and economic development. There may be somebody in Pine Bluff that would pay the check,
Right.
that would write the check for you to be
Right.
the director of a program like that.
And I want to piggyback off that as well. If I've never been to Pine Bluff, I hope I get to go there someday. See what you're doing because you're going to do great things.
Thank you.
But if Pine Bluff is Flint-esque,
Mhm.
you may not find that person. It's a great thing to look for somebody like that, like a foundation like that. But like Bruce was saying, Kauffman Foundation, and I'm not repping them as a 1 Million Cups organizer. They have so many resources. They look for towns like yours
Mhm.
to give more resources to get those areas turned around and get a 1 Million Cups set up, which I know is kind of your what we've talked about. You know,
Right.
that's your goal. There are organizations like that, absolutely free, that will give you those resources. So you really do need to plug into somebody like that that can give you every bit of infrastructure you need to be successful.
And Kauffman Foundation would love to know you.
Amen.
Okay. Okay.
Are there any other like incubators or any or organizations that actually is trying to do what you're doing now, or?
Not in Pine Bluff, but in the state of Arkansas, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not southern Arkansas, but northern Arkansas, starting with Little Rock, which is the capital. You go up is business incubators, but once you kind of go down into the Delta, yeah, it's no.
Pine Bluff out on 30, as you
Mhm.
go across the state.
You can take 30 all the way, and then you will get on to 270.
Drove through
Yeah,
Florida a
yeah,
couple years ago.
yeah.
What's the population?
40,000 people.
What's next biggest city close to that?
Little Rock, Arkansas. And I know they have. You told me they have the 1 million cups
I've
there.
already hit them up this morning to get in touch with you.
Okay, thank you.
That's why we're here.
Thank
What
you.
else can we do for you?
Anybody else?
Lastly, so there are, like Conway, my nephew goes to college, I forgot the name of the school.
UCA.
Yeah, so are you reaching out just with this college, or are you reaching out to the colleges?
I wanted to. That was not the initial goal, but maybe a long-term goal to. Well, here's the reason why I chose the acronym. He said he'd never heard of the school before. So I chose to use the acronym to kind of let people know what our school is. Not necessarily to take away from the school, because I don't want to take away from the school. I want to enhance the school. I want to help brand the school. So that's why I chose to take the acronym. And so in your case, taking it to other cities is more like, well, they have this UAPB incubator in Little Rock. They have this UAPB incubator in Fayetteville or Conway, and it still lets you know that this came from the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff, even though it's not, yeah, but it didn't, huh?
But it didn't, it came from you.
Well, yeah.
And the universities aren't going to want to bring it on just because it's brand up another university name.
Right,
and
okay.
Well, and again, going back to my point,
Mhm.
is you want to bring sort of honor and reflect that you came from the university, and you don't want anything but general counsel of the university is not going to see it that way.
Right.
He's going to say, why are you using our logo, our brand,
Mhm.
without our consent?
Right.
So,
And I think you can tell the UAPB story by doing just what you're doing here.
Okay.
Getting in front of crowds, getting in front of people, telling the story, where it came from. That is the way to use it to better grow a business.
Yeah,
Right.
I was going to piggyback off that. I think you would do more branding for the University of Pine Bluff or Arkansas Pine Bluff just by successfully executing this and just say, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a Pine Bluff graduate. And
Right.
there you go. And at that point, you make the university come after you. You
Okay.
make them attach themselves to you.
You make them look
instead
good.
of them. Yeah,
Right.
you become the commodity they want.
So you
Okay.
can identify real quick before we break and do networking and stuff, and I know you're going to get bombarded. It's a good thing, so get ready. How many people in here are longtime mentors? Mentors, well, whatever, mentors.
Yes.
Okay, you got several people in here that have a lot of experience and that can help you along the way. How many people in here would you say are dedicated to marketing or rebranding, marketing consulting, PR, that kind of stuff? So there are others that are not here today as well that we can plug you into, but definitely, like Donnie was saying, I mean, get rebranded, get out of the potential of a legal battle, and then plug into the community here while you're here. I
Right.
don't think it's going to be for long. And then going to have to package you up and ship you back home. You know, 'cause that's where you got to be.
Just
Right.
gotta return to sender. That's all we're
On
doing.
site. So anyway, our last question, as always, is what can we, the 1 Million Cups Fort Worth community, do for you going forward?
Continue to nourish me. Continue to be honest. Continue to look at me the way you're looking at me, with passion and letting me know that you're up to something. So keep making me feel like I'm welcome here and that I'm able to utilize each and every one of you. That's what you can continue to
One
do
last
for
piece
me.
of advice.
Uh-huh.
If you can get here every Wednesday at 9 o'clock, you should be sitting in these chairs and listen to the other presenters and listen to the questions they're getting asked, because it'll help you accomplish everything you're trying to accomplish.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's hear it for Laronda.